Yeah, shalom. Well, basically, to go into the whole topic of wormwood or worms, um, worms represent corrosion or the destruction of things, man. If you have a person that dies, let's deal with human beings. I mean, if you have a human being and the human being dies or passes away, their spirit leaves their body, you take that body and you put that body in, well, here in America, they put the body in a coffin or a casket, and they put it in the ground 6 feet under, and after so many years, that body decays and breaks down. What comes out of that body? Worms. So worms represent decay or erosion or destruction. When you dig in the ground, in the earth, where they put dead bodies, where things decay and rot, you find worms. Even if you dig into the ground, when I was a little kid, I used to like to play in the dirt, used to dig up in the earth, and you will see that we have what's called earthworms, man. So, like I said, worms represent corrosion, man, like parasites. Inside of the human body, there's lots of people that have parasites in the body. But parasites they're like creatures that feed off fat or feed off the human body. Okay? But pretty much, wormwood or the worm, pursuing into the destruction of America, America is rotten from the inside out, man. Those worms of destruction are all inside. The parasites or the worms of destruction are all inside of America, feeding off it, destroying it. America's rotting away. Pursuant to the scripture, like Isaiah 47, we can read it, and that scripture goes into how America is pretty much rotting away. Let's stick with that premise even. Okay, like I mentioned earlier, you have a dead body, and you take that body and you dig, or even if you leave it laying out, or if you bury it in the ground, what happens, that body rots away, and those worms and maggots start to come out of that body. So America is really pretty much a dead body that's rotting away under the ground, and the worms, that worm of destruction is coming up out of it, man. Shit, I'll read it. We have Isaiah 47 and 1. Right, bear with me, because this particular Bible, the words are real small, but I'll read. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. This is talking about America. This is pursuant to the so-called white man who was Esau, the Edomites, and America. If you look at America, you can see that America's rotting away. It's being destroyed, man. The music is not what it used to be. If you look at the music that comes out now, the music is garbage. The food is all polluted. The food don't even taste the same. Okay? Now, you might take this as a joke, but it's realistic. You could go to McDonald's, which that's not even real food. It's GMO food, which eating that creates worms in your body, okay, which will destroy you on a physical level. But anyways, when I was a kid, or years ago, 20 or 30 years ago, no, let's say 30 years ago, if you went to McDonald's and got you a meal from McDonald's, the food tasted completely different. You actually got a real hamburger, real potato, french fries. The food, you could smell it. You could smell it in the air. Okay? Or if you went to a place like, let's say, Kentucky Fried Chicken and got you a bucket of chicken 25, 30 years ago, man, you knew that was some delicious, good eating. But now when you go, it's all artificial food. It's not real food. And it destroys you. So even the food nowadays, I just use those as small examples. But on a whole, man, when you go in the supermarket and you're going to call yourself cooking your own food, even when you look at the food that you're buying in the supermarket, man, that food is not of the same quality. So the food is deteriorating. Even cars. These vehicles and these so-called cars that you drive now, they're made of plastic, man. You get in an accident with one of these cars, it breaks up like a little Matchbox car that you brought inside the CVS somewhere or something like that. Back in the days, in the 30s and the 40s and the 50s, they made them cast iron cars, man. Things lasted. So from the 50s and the 40s and on down, America's been rotting away, deteriorating. And those worms, that wormwood of destruction is coming up. And the mentality of the people is way far gone. People nowadays, this young generation now, look at the music they listen to. It's reprobate, straight up reprobate type of music. Look at the way these young children dress now. They wear skin-tight pants like women. I'm talking about the young the so-called young men of this generation. They wear skin-tight pants on they hanging off their ass with purple mohawks. You understand? So America is deteriorating away, man, spiritually. Okay, so the worm is symbolic of something rotting away, which is America. Okay, now we're going to go back into the scripture. All right? Sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, which is talking about America. Okay, because America is spiritually Babylon the Great. All right? Sit on the ground. There is no throne. Yeah, the power structure, that's why America, nobody respects this place no more. You got Barack Obama in office, and the other nations don't respect America because they got that little monkey in office, which he's nothing but a puppet. That's why the whole financial system of America is falling, is rotting away. The money system is being destroyed, it's being depleted. Okay? That's why I said sit on the ground. When something's like, if you have two boxes and one of the boxes get knocked to the ground, that means you're being brought down or put down. All right? Sit on the ground. There is no throne. Yeah, man, in America for years had this thing of ruling. They were a world power. Now they're being brought down from that world power status, man, into a weakly state. Okay? Let me see. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Yeah, because for years, this place, America, this was known as like the paradise for these so-called white people and the other nations. They could have the house with the white picket fence and the family. But now, you got all these things going on over here, these natural disasters, okay, all throughout the country that the Most High himself is bringing. These crackers ain't living good no more. And pretty soon, there are going to be terrorist attacks in this country, because the scripture said that terrorists shall make them afraid on all sides. You're going to have things happening here in this country that never happened before, like these storms, these natural disasters, along coupled with terrorist attacks. The meaning they ain't going to be called tender and delicate no more. They ain't going to be untouched. This place, America, ain't going to be untouched no more, man. Bad things that never happened here before are going to start, or they're already happening. Okay? You're going to have outbreaks, man. That's what the Bible's talking about. So that worm is coming up because this place, the flesh of America is rotting away. So those worms are coming out, man. You know what I mean? Okay. Take up the millstone and grind meal. Uncover the locks. Make bare the leg. Uncover the thigh. Pass over the rivers. That's what's happening, meaning the so-called white man in this America is being, when it says uncover the thigh, like if you have a woman and she has a dress on and you pull that dress up and you expose the woman's thighs and legs, you can see it. So everybody's recognizing this place for being the bullshit, weak place that it is. That it's really nothing but smoke and mirrors. It's a farce. You understand? So this country's dying. America's it's being depleted. It's rotting away. You understand? That's pretty much what the scripture's saying. Take up the millstone and ground mill. Yeah, you got people out there looking for jobs, trying to work, trying to do anything they could do here in America to make a dollar. Because the jobs, man, and then the unemployment is being cut. Because so many people are getting laid off and people are out looking for jobs. You got people with college degrees now, man, working at McDonald's and Burger King. Because they're trying to get that money any way they can get it. You got women, there's a lot of these so-called women that are losing their jobs and got to feed their kids. They're going to turn to swinging on the pole and prostitution. Okay? I'm going to read a little bit more. Okay? Third verse. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yea, shame shall be seen. Yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. That's pursuant to 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. When Yahushua, who the world calls Christ, when he comes back, who he is, a so-called black man, an Israelite from the tribe of Judah, when he comes back, he's going to come back as a force, as the irresistible force meeting the immovable object, right? America is supposed to be this immovable object. But when Yahushua comes, that immovable object is going to melt like butter in a hot frying pan, man. That's what's going to happen. Pursuant to 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter in the Apocrypha, man, it says when Yahushua comes back, he going to come back as a force. That chariot, that he going to be in a large so-called UFO, which is a chariot, and he's going to be shooting laser beams out of that chariot at Esau, the so-called white man, and the other nations. And it's going to totally disintegrate anything in front of him, man. So that's what that's talking about. But prior to the lead up of that, of America being destroyed, and then simultaneously the missiles, those nuclear missiles are going to be coming from Russia and other places and hitting this place, man. But prior to that, as we can see right now, if you don't believe me, look at the news. Just go out and watch. America's rotting away. It's rotting away, man. It's decaying. It's depleting. It's falling. Like a dead corpse under the ground, and the worms of destruction are being manifested on this place, America.